Hey guys, good morning. Gio here. Just doing my Monday mornings live with Gio. Welcome. Just gonna share this around just a bit here on the Facebook, which is always slow for some reason. Here we go. Just gonna share it to our Elemental Awakening group. If you're not in the group, you can join it. It's a little bit more content and questions, engagement in there for sure. Here we go. It's interesting. It's asking me to give permission to share on my own page. Here we go. Number 2. Last one. Cool. All right. Here we are. Welcome, guys. If you're tuning in, just let me know where you're tuning in from. Say hello. My name's Gio. I have a podcast called Elemental Awakening. Also a documentary called Psyched Out. If you guys haven't watched it, have a look. It was a lot of fun. A lot of great responses on there as well. And every morning I just like to come live, just check in, say hi to everyone, answer any questions people might have, share some things that are thoughts or insights that I have personally. And yeah, I'm just going to actually add Instagram here as well. So for those who are just tuning in, and we have a free breathwork course that's online. It's if you go to elementalacademy.org/breath, you can check that out for free. Also, if it's on Instagram, I have a link in our feed for that. So you can check that out for free as well. So elementalacademy.org/breath on online. And if you go on Instagram, it's in the links there on my link tree. Morning, Clarissa. So yeah, the breathwork course, 7 days. A lot of people are getting a lot out of it. There's a little survey at the end. If you guys can fill it out, it'd be a lot of help for me. I'm just trying to improve it. And as you go through, some breath work on a daily basis over time, it creates amazing results in your life, mental clarity, helping to reduce anxiety. Some people will improve depression or just feel good, even if you don't have any of these things. It'll help your performance, your ability to deal with stress, a lot of other things. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go live and we do a little bit of deeper dive that I've been doing online, 30, 40-minute breathwork experience. So let's just open. It's Monday, start of a new week. If you can notice a difference here on quarantine, some people do, some people don't. It's getting kind of blurry for me. But it's really important to always have an intention in your life. When you start setting intentions, it helps to direct your focus and your energy. It helps to create things. If you believe in manifesting, the way the brain works, we have this particular activating system that's always trying to it's like a heat-seeking missile. It's always trying to find what you're programming into it. So if you're programming negative thoughts, it's going to try to find ways to sort of reaffirm that or create that in your life. But if you put the right intentions and the right goals and stuff in your mind, it's going to help you to find those and make those opportunities present for you. Okay, so let's just take a deep breath in through our nose. And just think of one intention, maybe for today or for this week, something you want to accomplish, the energy you want to bring into the world. And I'm going to share with you a book that I read that was really powerful for me in the last week. Okay, so just set an intention. Maybe you need some clarity. Maybe you want to relieve stress. Maybe you want to heal or feel better. Okay. And the other thing that's really important, and I do this daily, is setting an intention and then finding something you're grateful for. So it can be something really simple like the sun outside. And recent studies are showing that the sun kills coronavirus a lot faster than in darkness or in isolation. So I'd recommend if there's sun where you are, get some time out in the sun, if it's just on your balcony in your backyard. Okay. So set an intention and one thing you're grateful for. Awesome. So I read a book last week, and I highly recommend it if you guys can see this, called The Go-Giver by Bob Burg and John David Mann. So a friend of mine had recommended this, And I usually wait till I get a recommendation like twice. When two people recommend the same book, it's like, okay, I need to read this book. And so I bought it, and then it just sat on my desk. And if you look around my house, there's piles of books everywhere. So like if something pops up intuitively, it's like, okay, I know there's something in that book for me. So I'll just buy it, not knowing when I'm going to read it. And they usually always get read at the perfect time. So I picked up this book. It was wobbling around my house. Actually, first at my work, then I brought it home. And so I picked it up. It's a very easy read. It's a parable or a little story of a guy who's struggling with success and wants to learn about it. And he meets this teacher, guru guy, Pindar, who has all this money and wealth. And he teaches him what he calls the 5 laws of stratospheric success. And, the first thing what that's most important for people, and it was for me too, is redefining how you define success. Some people only think of success in one way, which is financial terms. I want to have a big house. I want a lot of money. I want to do this. But more and more recently, a lot of people I've been meeting that are coming to Elemental, that I'm just meeting in general, that are feeling stressed, reaching out for help, have gained many of these things and are still feeling like a lot is missing from their life. They still feel very empty, although they have all these things, fancy cars, lots of money, because something might have happened in their life where they felt that they needed that to feel good about themselves, to be recognized, or to feel some sense of net worth. And the thing to remember is like self-worth and net worth have no correlation. People, that's a misconception. So, redefining success. How do you define success? Is it free time? Is it being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it? Is it being surrounded by people you love? Is it, what does abundance and success mean to you? So I think it's really important to first focus on how you define success. Okay, so I'll just go through them quick here. And you let me know if any of them resonate with you, or if you can relate, or if they are totally throwing you off guard. So number 1 is called the law of value. And it says your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment. And, a lot of this has to do with like stop taking score. It's about giving. And the more you give, the more you get in return. So when you're just trying to give to receive something, there's something that's off there. And it reminds me of like unconditional love, like true unconditional love, for example, is loving without expectation to receive. Because when you expect to receive back and you don't get it, you feel like you're giving your love away. But it's a misconception, because you can't give love away. Love is something that is embedded into the fabric of, consciousness or of the source. And it flows through all things that are alive. There's this energy of love that flows through it. So when you think that I'm giving it away, or I need something in return in order to express love, then you're going to cut that off. So what it's saying is law of value. So you just want to give as much more than what you're taking in payment. It doesn't mean you can't charge a lot, but you have to over deliver. Okay, when you over deliver, things will come back in a big way. And I've experienced this myself at Elemental. In the beginning, it was just worrying about money and losing money and all these like thoughts. And we just focused on, hey, every single person that comes in here, we're going to give them the best possible experience. We're going to show them as much love, let them know how much they matter. Things start to really shift for us as far as the people we're attracting and the types of experiences that people were having as well. So number 2 is the law of compensation. So your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. So then it comes into like a volume. So we're trying to help more and more people, and how well you serve them. So the level of service you give to people. So, think of restaurants that go over and above serving people as well when they come in there, or getting your message out to as many people as possible. So wanting to serve and allowing it to multiply. Okay. The law of influence is number 3. Your influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interests first. Okay. So helping others before you help yourself is a good one as well. And sometimes, like, even helping people that is not in your best interest in a way. So if someone comes to you, and you can help them, but sometimes you might not help them in the way, like maybe a referral or referring to a competitor, but I think, and I've seen this firsthand, is like, if you can't help someone yourself, but you can refer maybe a competitor or something, it's always good, because then they might refer someone back to you. You just set that energy in motion in the universe. And the more you give, the more you receive. Okay. Here's the most important one here for me, is the law of authenticity. And this is where a lot of people get lost, especially in business and work, where they learn these things, they read these things in books, like selling techniques, and they try to really be someone that they're not, or try to live up to what they think the other person wants them to be. And I'll tell you, for me, this was a big shift, especially as I became more vocal about, using plant medicines. At the time when I shared the documentary, I had a lot of fear around, how I was going to be judged by people I did business with, by people in my family. But what I realized was, if I'm not being my authentic self, they're not really liking the true me. I'm trying to be someone that I think they're going to like, rather than being who I really am. And the more I became myself and just living from my heart and not having fear of judgment, I started attracting people into my life that liked me for who I was. And, in the business world, maybe some people stopped doing business with me, or maybe it was me more choosing not to do business with them, not out of fear, but because I really wanted to connect with people who are on the same page as me, who believed in some of the same things as me, who were open-minded like I was. And it really creates better relationships, better partnerships, better opportunities when you can be yourself, not trying to pretend someone else because you want approval or you want to attract certain people in your life, whether it's in an industry or higher up in the corporate world or whatever. And the more you're authentic with yourself, you have this different energy around you that people will be drawn to. Okay. So finding that authentic self is super important. So it's the law of authenticity. And a lot of times you might realize this. A lot of times people have found in their career or in their job, there comes a point where it's like, fuck it, I don't even care anymore about all this stuff. And they just be themselves authentically, and then things shift, whether it's in real estate or sales. People just get to this point where they're trying all these techniques that they read in books, and then they just become themselves. Okay. What else? And the last one is the law of receptivity. So this is another one I struggled with for a while. So it is okay to make money. A lot of people that go down a spiritual path or go down, a different path, let's just say, feel that money is bad. Money is a form of energy. But, when you're giving all the time, you have to be open to receiving. So when you're open to receiving, you have to allow yourself to receive. So this happens to me all the time, where I'll do something for someone and they'll want to give back to me, and I'll be like, oh no, don't worry about it. It's fine. I don't need anything. Which recently changed that. I said, if I'm going to give all that, if someone wants to give back to me, I'll openly accept it with gratitude and thanks, but I'll be able to take it. And so just that shift, being open to receiving, allowing myself to receive, feeling worthy of receiving, is really, really important. So yes, give, but also allow yourself to receive. So we don't want to give away everything, heart and soul. It's good to set some boundaries, healthy boundaries. So like some people will try to take advantage of you. So just living in the heart, helping them, bringing awareness to what you're doing, how they're showing up, but being also very open to receiving. Okay. So this is the 5 laws. So again, the law of value, law of compensation, law of influence, law of authenticity, and law of receptivity. So that's all in this book right here. Really, really recommend it. And what's key to any of these books you read, I always like to make notes in the sidebar, but finding a few principles that really sort of stand out and resonate with you, and then finding ways to integrate them in your life, finding ways to sort of challenge or try them and see how it works in real life. Like that's the key. That's the real learning. Understanding it up here is not enough. So you have to understand it, you got to feel it in your heart, and then you got to apply it in real life. So get opportunities. And once you set that intention, like, hey, I want to apply this to my life as an intention. I want to apply this first law of value. When you set the intention, you're going to start bringing these opportunities in your life. That's how the brain works. You set the intention, start seeking out opportunities to fulfill it. So earlier on in my, I guess, awakening, when I started waking up to sort of searching deeper, I was reading like crazy about like the different philosophies. I was reading about different religions, different theories, and it was all mental. It wasn't until I started really practicing meditation, really practicing doing ceremonies of plant medicine, I was able to understand from more of an experiential standpoint and then apply. And that's when I felt my journey really changed and went in a different direction. Okay. And, just last to close off today, our live stream, I try to keep them 15 minutes every Monday, is the Great Awakening, is what's going on right now in the world. And I think it's a time of mass awareness, a time of people understanding that, things are changing, people realizing, what we're doing to the world, things that we see on a different way right now. And the mainstream media is coming out really strong, saying one thing, and a lot of people are questioning. And I'm not saying what one thing is wrong, what thing is out, but if you feel something is off in your heart, it's good to question. It's good to look deeper. It's good to find information. It's good to openly talk about it without attacking people for their views. It's like, okay, this is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. And just, keep an eye of what the media is censoring. What's YouTube censoring right now? What is Facebook censoring right now? And when you start really looking at what is being censored, and you question, why is it being censored? Is it being censored because it's really a threat? Or is it being censored because there's something there that certain interests don't want people to know? So if you're feeling in your heart, if you're feeling right now that, you may feel anxious or you may feel like something's up, I think we're moving into an era where we're a different part of the solar system. There's different energies coming in. If you believe in that, we're very electrical beings. And I think it's pushing us into this state of awakening, which is this evolution. And if that's what it might feel like right now. There's all this chaos going on in the world. Maybe it's time for humanity to move into the next era. And that's what I really, really strongly believe. But it takes us all doing the inner work first. And when we all start doing the inner work and working on ourselves and making ourselves better people, higher understanding, more compassionate, more loving, and choosing to act from our heart rather than from like maybe ego or mind. So, Great Awakening's happening. Tap into yourself, do the work. There's a free breathwork challenge I mentioned at the beginning. It's a 7-day breathwork course, absolutely free. elementalacademy.org/breath. If you go into YouTube, into our group, or into profile on Instagram, you'll see it. Check it out. There's some surveys at the end of each day. If you'd be kind enough to do the daily exercise, they're really short, and just send me some feedback. I'm just trying to figure out what people liking, what's challenging, trying to make it the best experience possible. And if you do breath work every day, I promise you will experience a shift in your life, guaranteed. Something will happen. So check that out. Send me any messages, any questions you guys want answered. You can shoot me an email or send me a message on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, and I will bring them up on next Monday's chat here. Okay. Hi, Darasithan. I hope I said that right. Okay, guys. Love you guys. If there's anything here that I said that resonated or that you have questions on, you can easily shoot me a message and I'll try to address them next time. Okay. Have an awesome day, guys. Happy Monday, and I'll see you soon. Peace. Love, guys. Yes, I've heard of Abraham Hicks. Awesome. Thanks, Clarissa. See you guys later. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Stella. The free course here. I'll type it right down here. Okay, guys. Have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you later.